What's going on? And welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. I'm tired. I tell you what, it just seems like there's not enough time in the day lately. But I wasn't going to make it through the weekend without doing a video. And I got a good one for you today. I have been doing some plumbing work, and I figured it would be a good time to kind of do an update video on this blue plumbing pouch and talk about some of the new stuff that I've been using, like this M12 stuff, which, you know, everybody's got M12 stuff these days, I think, but I figured I could give you my perspective on it. And I just kind of wanted to do an updated tour of this Klein blue pouch. I got these a while ago, kind of towards the beginning of when I started doing this channel. And so far, they've held up good. I've lubed up these zippers and tried not to keep it too packed full, even though I do keep a lot of stuff in here. And it's held up. It's held up. I love this style of pouch. You just throw stuff in here and you got a little kit for something. And what I use this one for is just, you know, minor plumbing repairs, working on toilets, working on faucets, any type of small repair. I use this. And in the house that my mom bought, that I have talked about in a couple of videos, I've been working in there, and I did two things with this pouch recently. There was an angle stop that was tightened onto a old galvanized nipple. If you've ever worked on galvanized stuff, you know how much of a pain that can be in older houses. And so I was working on that today, and then a toilet with a broken flange on an uneven floor. Any of you guys who know how that, have ever worked on something like that, you know how that goes too. So that's what I've been doing. And but man, everything I need is in here for it. So I've really been loving it. So I'm just gonna go over the stuff that's in here. This has worked great for the angle stops. I use this all the time, you know, if I'm working under sinks or on an angle stop, like this little 3/8 or 5/8, I guess is the size, but those fittings are like 3/8 fittings, I guess. I don't know, whatever. This works for all your supply lines for toilets and faucets and stuff, and it's a little line wrench, so it works awesome for that. And this works for the big part of the angle stop. You can hold it. And it works for a lot of other nuts and fittings for faucets. So this is the rigid one-stop wrench, and it's really a good tool. It goes well with that rigid faucet and drain tool that I got the other day. And here's just my beater needle nose that works so well for plumbing. It just stick it down in a drain, pick out nasty stuff, anything you need needle nose for. This is just a good beater set. These Irwins are really good. I really like them. I got a pair of cutters in here. This is a channel lock pair that I kind of messed up, and I was actually able to sharpen them back a little bit. They cut what I need to cut plumbing wise. The reason that I messed these up was I cut a bunch of like galvanized plumbing strap with them and kind of made them dull. But I took a file and actually was able to kind of sharpen them again, and they cut good now again. I just found that I needed some cutters. Sometimes I need to cut like a supply line or something on an old faucet, and these cut good. I can cut stuff that I shouldn't with these, and it doesn't bother me because, you know, this is kind of the pair that I use for that now. And then I keep my always my 1/2 inch and 7/16 hollow shaft nut drivers. These are my Vacos. I use these for toilet bolts mostly, and I was using these on that toilet. They stick down on the toilet bolt. It's just awesome. And speaking of toilet bolts, this thing's awesome. The jam bar. I was using this too. When the bolt is spinning with the with the nut when you're trying to take the nut off. Stick this on there, it bites onto the bolt, you can get the nut off. I've talked about it before, you know. But just great toilet tools for the right here. And then I always keep a 3/8 one, mostly for those garbage disposal nuts, little bolt nut things that hold the plate for the garbage disposal where the drain goes into it. I like to have a little nut driver for that. I've been keeping this this number 2 Phillips. I just like the way this one fits on stuff, and it's kind of heavy, good for plumbing. You know, you just need kind of a heavy duty number 2 Phillips, I always kind of think, for taking off different stuff. You want to get one that fits good for old screws on clean outs, or on, you know, covers for tub valves and stuff. You just want to have a good Phillips screwdriver that is heavy duty. And I even used this, put a wrench on it once a while ago. It's been a good number 2 Phillips screwdriver, the Wera striking cap one. But the main screwdriver I use in here is this Tecton 6-in-1. It's actually been working out really well as a plumbing one. I just love this handle. The handle is made in the USA. It's a good hard handle. The bits and stuff are made in Taiwan, but the handle's made in the USA, and it's just really a solid one. I use it, you know, all the time. It's just a good one for plumbing. I don't know. You can clean off this handle good. Works great. Here are, again, they're growing on me. I love these little Cobras. What's great about the Cobras, the smaller Cobras, is they bite so well. Like, I was working on this angle stop, and it was far back in behind the toilet, and there was a vanity in between, and it was tough to get, like, my big pliers. And these, I got back in there, and they bite so good. You can get it off of that, you know, it got off of that galvanized nipple actually pretty easily, even with these tiny pliers, because they bite so well. I can get good leverage with them. And so small Cobras are really great. For my bigger ones, you know, I don't know if I need them, but the small Cobras are really awesome to have in your plumbing kit. And my favorite channel locks ever, y'all know about it, the Douglas USA. They're just the best. They bite the best. They open the biggest. They're just awesome. Here's just a long Sawzall blade that I'll put in here. And I thought I was going to have to use this today. This, you know, if I have to cut a bigger PVC pipe or something. This is what I use for most stuff. Use these for toilet bolts when I have to cut them to put the cap over it, or, you know, I did use this today actually on that, which was a lot easier. But I've historically used this for cutting that, or, you know, cutting some copper or something, whatever. It's just sometimes you need it. Everybody knows you need a saw. Cut a piece of PVC real quick is mostly what I use this blade for. But this Lennox saw is just, it's awesome. It's just great. This comes off. It's got that magnet there that holds that blade on there tight, and then you just tighten that guy right there on there, and it's just a great little foldable saw. You know, there's other ones like it by different companies, but this Lennox one has been the one that I like. And I thought when I was working on that angle stop on that old galvanized nipple, I thought I was going to have to replace the nipple. It ended up not being that rusty. It ended up being kind of just the threads were boogered up, and they didn't, a little bit of tape and a little bit of dope and getting it real tight on it fixed it. But I thought I was going to have to grab this blade here and cut a little hole in the wall so I could back hold back behind in there into the female part that the nipple was tightened onto. I thought I was going to have to cut a hole so I could get my pliers on it and then back hold it and take the nipple out to replace it. And that's what I got this drywall blade in here for, and it works good as a drywall saw, you know, in a pinch. For just a to have in the kit with all the other stuff, it's awesome. And then I got my little stubby for reaching around and adjusting thermostats on hot water heaters when they're pointing the wrong direction in a little closet or something, or just anytime I need a stubby. You know, sometimes when I'm working on a faucet, trying to get a screw that's way up in the cabinet, and I'm having trouble getting on it, I can get it with this little stubby. And this is the 6-in-1 little Klein. It's so stubby. It's tiny, really small. So it's a good stubby. Really like it. Here is the pick that I use the most. I actually kind of made it this shape. It's really good for getting little O-rings and stuff off of faucet cartridges and things of that nature. Many different uses for this little pick. Here's a Delta faucet tool. This part's for the packing nut. This part's to get the set screw off for like a faucet handle. This is, if you work on a lot of Delta faucets, like the old school kind, this is a good one to keep on you. It comes in every like kit that has the Delta washers and springs and stuff. I always keep it in here. And then here are the smallest, most compact kits of metric and standard Allen wrenches I've found so far. This one is the best one, the standard set, and this is the one I use the most. But if I need a metric, I've got this Klein one, and but look how much smaller the standard one is. This is the best for getting behind faucet handles and stuff. You need a really compact little set of folding Allen keys doing plumbing stuff. So, and then here's my beater green little guy, little flathead that I always love to have doing plumbing stuff. But I figured I would switch it with this flathead here. This is that Mac one that I got the other day. Just seems like, you know, it's a little bit bigger, got a little bit better handle, better for actually using on flathead screws. And it kind of, I don't know, I like that this is a different color than everything else, but it's kind of nice, kind of matches with the Tecton, you know, just for fun. Figured I'd throw this Mac one in there, just see how it goes. And then the last thing is this, which has been really a great adjustable wrench. It's just a joy to use, which is the Baco, made in Spain, 8-inch adjustable wrench. It really does a good job, and it opens, you know, really wide, so I can get it on a lot of packing nuts, or, you know, cartridges and tub faucet parts, you know, that have big kind of hex deals that you usually would use those big socket looking things for. This will fit on a lot of them, and it's also just really good for all the different things that you use plumbing with these. It's just a really solid adjustable wrench. I really, really like it. I like the grip on it, and it just works awesome. Love it. So that's it. That's what I keep in this kit. It works great. It really does. I know I've done a video on this before, but there's a few things that are different, so I figured I'd kind of, you know, show what I'm doing with it now. It really covers like 90%. I think this is my favorite little set of tools for doing something. Like if I'm working under a sink, or working on a toilet, or any kind of thing like that, I just grab this. And then lately I've been grabbing this light. Y'all saw I got this in one of my few videos ago. I got this and another Milwaukee light. And this one has been really good so far. I really like it. And I have been using the bigger battery, but it ran out and I put this smaller one on. But this one's been working good. It'll go under a sink and I can move it, whatever, you know. And it's not too bright. That's what's great about this, is it's one setting, it's not too bright, and it's perfect for being under a sink. It's simple. It doesn't need to be anything fancier than this. It's got a little magnet on it. It's a good little light, and it's nice. I've been doing the M12. You know I like the Bosch stuff, but I was just loving this when I was doing that toilet. I had to put one of those flange repair kits on a broken flange when I've had a toilet pulled because it was leaking on the base, and I had to take the screws out where it was screwed to the floor. So I had my impact, you know, they were long screws, and I got it out with these, and then screwed this metal repair kit over the top of it, put the screws back down in here with this. I had this battery, and I ended up having to do some work with the toilet to get it to seat right because the flange was not, it was set too high. The flange was too high. The flange was not level. It was crooked. This room's going to get redone, this bathroom. So I didn't worry about getting it perfect. I just wanted it to not leak and it not wobble. So I messed with the toilet on the flange and the wax ring, and I had to shim it up in some places to get it level. It was a big pain in the ass. But this thing worked great for, I had to put some thick shims, you know, and I cut the shims with this right here. And then I cut the toilet bolts so I could put the caps on with this right here. And it ended up actually looking pretty good towards the end. This made it a lot easier. And threw the battery out of here into this and, you know, into my light. This M12 stuff, I'm starting to really enjoy having all these different tools. I have the hacksaw. I have a little jigsaw, you know, for in here. I've really started loving using this jigsaw in my shop anytime I need to cut a little bit of wood. So there's advantages for sure to the M12, and I'm finding that out. You know, I mean, most of you already know that, but I'm really loving it. I'm loving kind of the older stuff. Like, this is not their newest one, this oscillating tool, but it is their most compact. And the newest one is more powerful for sure, but not as compact as this one. And this is all I need. If I need more power, I'll get my DeWalt one. But this one is awesome for just little cuts, little stuff. This thing is so compact. It fits in my tool bag. It's great. It's pretty new. I haven't used it a whole lot. You know, it's not dirty yet. It will be. Same with this. Like, I've been using my Bosch one so much that this one kind of stays pretty clean. And this is brand new. But this is coming in the attic and coming in the crawl space with me for sure. I'm going to be replacing the hot water heater next weekend, and this guy is going to be with me. So, especially for the plumbing stuff, the M12 has been great, and the Klein pouches been great so far. So that's my little updated plumbing setup. Y'all let me know what you guys use for your plumbing stuff. You know, if you guys have a little plumbing kit. I know a lot of you guys do the same type of work, so let me know what you guys use and how you do it. And have a good weekend. Thanks for watching.